Hi everyone and welcome to Salt on Sanctuary NG Plus walkthrough. This is part 9. In this part I'm going to show you the boss that I was talking about in the previous chapter or part. Yeah, I still don't know how I'm gonna name them. Probably parts, so not everything in my fucking channel is chapters, you know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of chapters actually because I do read a lot of books and I used to write when I was a child. A child? What? When I was younger. I'm all over the place today. And yeah, it was always fucking chapters here. And yeah, this kind of stuck up with me. Whatever, I'm gonna show you to not fight the disembowel husk, which is the boss fight of the previous area, and just come to this sanctuary, and we're gonna fight the other boss that I just don't remember the name. Is it the Bloodless Prince? No, it's this fucking guy with the huge chains on his hands. That is kinda that can one-shot me for some reason. I don't know if this game has actually. I don't know if this game has a counter-attack damage. Oh, by the way, this is a trick to go up here without having the other brand. The brand that kinda you can do a dash in the air. You can kinda get up there without just attacking the air, you know. It's not a real big trick, but whatever. So I got to play the Bloodborne? No, the Battleborn open beta. Oh, by the way, this is the middle of the game, kind of. When you talk to this guy and you go to the other half of the island, and he takes you. This is this signifies like the half of the game. I'm sorry guys, I'm all over the place today. I slept a little bad, and I'm still recuperating with from my health problems that some of my subscribers might know about them because I kinda, you know, if they ask, I do talk to them. Yeah, so I'm a little bit distracted. I'm sorry. So this is the way to get to the other side. This is the first sanctuary that you're going to encounter. Oh, by the way, I haven't explained how to travel between sanctuaries. And I mean, if you're playing the game, or if you're going to play the game, I don't really need to explain it because you're going to find out. But the mechanic is kind of simple, so I'll explain it anyways. You get you make offerings in the sanctuaries, right? And you get these little statues that's kind of like items throughout the game, and you get these stone guides statues, and they're basically teleporters. They teleport you around the island, and you don't really need to put a stone guide in each sanctuary. And just the sanctuaries that actually have a stone guide, you'll be able to teleport to them, because a lot of people were kind of I noticed in some forums that were kind of thinking like that, but no, it's not that at all. You just put a teleporter in any sanctuary that you want, and you just you know, in another sanctuary or in the same one you put a merchant. No, I'm sorry. The teleporter sells the items that are called war horns, I think, or the war horns are the ones who recover stamina. I could be mistaken about the name, but they are kind of like war horns. Those war horns are special items that can, when you use them, they're going to teleport you to the sanctuary that where you put the stone guide. So and later with the NPC from the guide, you can actually teleport to any sanctuary that you have visited. So just remember to, each time you visit this guy, the teleporter, go into shop, in the shop options of the NPC, and buy some horns. You know, always have horns in your inventory for when you want to travel from sanctuary to sanctuary. There are also bells that you can buy that will automatically teleport you to your last visited sanctuary, but it's not necessarily to the sanctuary that has a teleporter, right? It's to the last sanctuary or shrine. Shrines are like mini checkpoints where you don't really can level up or something like that. So I hope that I kinda explain it well, but it's not a hard thing to grasp. It's actually quite comfortable to move between sanctuaries, and you'll want to do that at the end of the game, because if you must know, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but at the end, after you defeat the final boss, the game doesn't automatically end. You can actually ring a bell after you kill the last boss and return to the last shrine or sanctuary, or you can just use a horn to go to the travel NPC in some sanctuary, and you can explore things in the game that you didn't explore, like optional areas, optional bosses, which are a bunch. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are at least 3 optional bosses. 3 or 4. It could be 4. It could be that I'm forgetting one. Yeah. So this is the Ziggurat of Dust. This is the next sanctuary that you will want to come if you're following this walkthrough. And from this sanctuary we're gonna move towards the boss. And we're gonna kill the boss to get the new brand that's gonna allow us to dash in the air. And with that brand, which is actually a lot of fun to use, we are going to fight. We're going to go back to Haggard's cave, sorry, and we're gonna fight the disembowel husk in the next episode, which is going to, you're gonna notice how easier it is with this brand, because if not, you have to fight the disembowel husk without this brand. And there is a special attack that he uses, which is kind of annoying, because it has like a really weird hitbox when he's gonna hit you, no matter what the timing of your roll is. I mean, if you're really tight about your rolls, you can dodge it. If you have a huge shield, you can actually block it, so there is no issue there. But if you have the dexterity build, you might want to get this brand first. And this is the way that I did it. Not the first time. The first time it took a while for me to kill the boss, and later I discovered that I could get here before actually killing that boss, because when you kill that boss you also get another brand, and this is all the brands in the game already. So this makes the boss easier. So if something gets easier, for me it's a good strategy to show it. So now I'm gonna begin moving towards the boss, unless I'm going to fuck around. Oh no, this is the brand that we needed to get in the previous boss fight. See? So we're gonna go back here later, but now we're gonna move towards the boss fight. And if there is a boss fight in any of these videos that needs some explaining, besides just watching me and watching how the boss fights, I'm going to explain it, especially the final boss, which will need some explanation, and some other bosses. But you should always keep in mind like a basic rule that I think I said it in the video where I gave some tips and some tricks, but I'm gonna say anyway. Always get all the shields and keep all the shields. Don't sell the shields. There are a variety of shields. There are smaller shields and big shields. It doesn't matter which shield you use. I think there are medium shields as well. keep all the shields, because a lot of those shields have a 100% defense in some type of attack, and you're going to encounter bosses that uses that type of attack. For example, there is a shield which has like the drawing of a dragon, and it has 100% fire defense, which is going to be super fucking useful for one boss fight. For example, there's another one that has lightning defense, which is going to be super fucking useful for another boss fight. And there is probably this I'm sure I mentioned. This is probably the most useful shield in the game, which is called the Silver Shield, which has 100 in Holy and 100 in Arcane, and that one is really important. So, guys, by the way, always get the second class shields skill unlocked in the skill tree. Always, at least. It doesn't matter what build you're making. It doesn't matter if you're doing a build which it doesn't even use a fucking shield. Go and unlock class 2 shields. It's just 5 or 6 points. Really, it's not a major investment, and it's going to allow you to actually use shields to prevent damage from some bosses or enemies, and it's really fucking useful. Unless you're going for a challenge run when you're not going to use shields, always unlock class 2 shields. Yeah. So this is the boss fight. See all the candles lit? That means that everyone who got in the last couple of hours to this boss killed him. Does that mean that he's easier? No, not really. But he's a cool boss fight. I think I'm going to do it almost no damage here. But yeah, this boss launches a lot of attacks, and yeah, this boss fight is not hard. You just have to be careful with these attacks, and just kinda have a quick roll so you can go to the other side of his body. See? Now notice the damage though. I'm getting little to no damage, so I'm going to start leveling up after this boss fight. I'm gonna start getting a more powerful build. So this is kind of a trash boss fight, yeah. And of course, I mentioned that, and you probably died a lot with this guy. I died a couple of times too, but only if you get severely hit by one of these attacks, you know. So I think this boss fight is going to be actually the easiest boss fight for assault level 1. It doesn't look as hard. Yeah. Wow, that was close. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it no damage, unless I get hit. Oh, here we go. Oh, ooh, that was really good actually. I like this type of bosses actually, not because I just one-shot him, but because he can actually, the type of attacks he does are easy to avoid, but you kinda need to pay attention, and that's fun. Yeah, it seems like I'm going to no damage it. Yeah, there we go. That was cool. That was a cool boss fight. That was a nice design in a boss. So yeah, let me see if I forgot some advices. No, I don't think I did. Well, I see, you're going to get the brand here. Just come here and get the brand from this guy. Just talk to him and say yes if he asks something. If he doesn't, just whatever. And he's gonna give you the brand that you need to progress through the rest of the game. And after this, if you didn't kill the disembowel husk, which we didn't, you need to go back to Hagar's cave, which we're going to do here or in the next video, I don't remember. And in the next video we're gonna fight the husk, which is the boss fight is a huge pirate, an undead huge pirate that kinda shoots you point blank with a kind of pistol shotgun, and he just one-shots me basically, and he also does a shoot to the sky, so bullets drop, you know. And see, we have this brand now. We kinda can dash in the air, which is a lot of fun, and this dash is gonna help us with some bosses as well, so that's really good. No, and I'm not gonna... Am I going to die here? What the fuck am I doing? I don't have this brand. I don't have the brand of the thing here. Oh no, I saved with the dash. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the sanctuary, and in the next chapter we're gonna go to kill the disembowel husk. So I hope you're liking the game, guys. I would really say that if you got a PS4 and you like the Souls games, buy this game. Really, just like that, buy this game. So I'll see you guys in part 10. Thank you for watching, and take care.